Hello everybody and welcome to Flight Simulator 2020. You're watching the Pinoy Simviator. I am a commercial pilot course graduate who has been in love with flight simulation since Flight Simulator 10 days. The flight simulation community has been growing bigger and bigger all throughout the years, and since I started flight simming way back in high school, it helped me familiarize myself with the different types of airplanes, aircraft instruments, charts, and many more, way before I even started flight training. Microsoft has multiple legendary flight sim titles all throughout its history, and with the likes of FS1 up until 5, FS98, Flight Simulator 2004, Flight Simulator 10, Microsoft Flight, and now with the much awaited FS 2020, it surely is going to be a hit among flight simmers out there. So now, let's dive into Flight Simulator 2020 and see how it compares to its predecessors. Upon loading up the scenery, you will be greeted with a cinematic kind of looking footage of the scenery and the aircraft that you loaded. This is a first amongst all of the simulators that Microsoft had, which is a refreshing way of loading up a scenery. Also included in this screen is the aircraft and airport information, so that is very interesting as well. As you can see here, I loaded up a Cessna 152, which is kinda identical to what I used when I was in flight school, which was a Cessna 150. We are currently at Lubang Community Airport in Occidental Mindoro, Philippines, which is where I had my training before. After loading everything up, the first thing that I noticed is that the graphics of this simulator stepped up its game and is significantly looking better than Flight Simulator 10 or prepared or explained even without any graphic mods. The textures look crisper than ever and the lighting is superb. It feels alive as compared to the computer-ish graphics of the other simulators. The weather system is way better here and looks more realistic as Flight Simulator 2020 introduces its volumetric fogging with their clouds, which gives off a nice 3D effect and makes the clouds look real. The virtual 3D cockpit is looking better here than its previous counterparts. The panels are nicely detailed and most buttons here are functional as compared to Flight Simulator 10's where a lot of buttons weren't working or inoperable unless you paid for an add-on aircraft which has that feature with it. The lighting inside the cockpit looks marvelous too as it gives off a realistic feel to it. Right now I am trying this Cessna out for a short traffic pattern run, and while I was busy doing my checklists with the aircraft, I can't help but notice the improvements with the vegetation of Flight Simulator 2020. The grass and trees look and feel more natural than FSX and P3Ds. Although Flight Simulator 2020 did not exactly replicate Lubang Airport, I, who has been to this airport many times before, was able to recognize most of the landmarks both on land and in the air. And for that, I give props to Flight Simulator 2020's auto generation, which uses some satellite data in order to determine where and what kind of building or landmark should be in that place. I am running the simulator on high setting, and even without running it in ultra, Flight Simulator 2020 did a fine job of making the simulator look good even at lower graphic settings. My frame rates are averaging about 30 to 40 FPS using an old i7-4790K with an RTX 2070 with 16GB of DDR3 RAM. And yes, you don't need 60 FPS here. For simmers, 30 FPS should be enough. Flight Simulator 2020 uses the keyboard of your aircraft controls by default. It does not have mouse control over its control surfaces. since using the keyboard control is not the best way to control the aircraft, it is recommended that you acquire a controller, a flight joystick, or if you are a bit of an enthusiast and has some money to spend, then you should definitely plan on getting a full set of flight stick, throttle quadrants, and rudder pedals for a complete immersion. Alright, so we are now about to take off at runway 25 of Lubang Airport. Let's see how Flight Simulator 2020 feels while running it. Let's now enjoy the view while we go up in the air and take in all of the beauty that is Flight Simulator 2020. Enjoy the rest of the video. Apply full power. Release brakes. Engine instruments on the green. Airspeed alive. Maintain runway center line. Oops. 55, rotate. Tap brakes. Maintain airspeed 65 to 75. feet, landing lights off, flaps up. Maintain runway heading. Continue to climb 1,000 feet. Maintain airspeed 65 to 75. Okay, everything looks great. We are about to reach 1,000 feet. Feet, reduce RPM 2100. Turn left crosswind. Maintain 1000 feet. Next turn will be at the river. Okay, clear right, clear front, clear left. Turn downwind. Maintain 1000 feet. That looks amazing. Maintain 1000 feet. Runway 25 Lubang. We got some wind hitting us right now, so that's pretty normal. Nothing too special or anything. This simulator is gorgeous. Alright. We are about to reach our base turn. Still maintaining 1,000 feet. We'll start our descent here. Landing lights on. We will be reducing our throttle back to 1800. Flaps 1. Okay. Turning base. Perfect. Okay, let's see where we are now. Alright. Looks great. Flaps 2. And we are about to reach our final turn, and we should line up with the runway in about a few seconds. Okay. Final runway 07. Flaps full, and maintain airspeed 60 to 65. Target threshold, nice and slow, nice and easy. Maintain runway center line. Reduce 1500 RPM. Break the glide, level off, chop power, don't let the nose to fall. Easy does it. And there you go. Perfect.
So there you have it. As you can see, the aircraft feels more realistic than FSX. You can see the aircraft shaking as it was being moved by the wind. The scenery was loaded with some wind gusts, so it was to be expected. The only problem I had in this flight was the sensitivity of my Logitech Extreme 3D Pro Stick, since it is very sensitive by default here. I should have adjusted it prior to loading the scenery. Overall, FS 2020 really feels like an upgrade from P3D and FSX. As a flight sim enthusiast, this does put a smile on my face. In the next video, we will be trying out a few other features of this simulator and see how it plays out. I'll also be doing some discussions about aircraft instruments, charts, and procedures using the flight simulator, and mostly do some random flights anywhere in other videos as well. Got any flight destination suggestions? Please do comment down below, and I'll be going to wherever you will request me to go using an aircraft of your choice, of course. And if you have any topics that you would like me to discuss, please do let me know as well, and I might also add that to my next videos. If you enjoyed watching my videos, please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell for early updates, and again, I am the Pinoy Simviator. Safe skies!
Romeo
Romeo Papa Lima, Uniform Traffic Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is